Owning a car is a major financial commitment, and one of the most common questions is whether to lease or buy. Leasing offers lower monthly payments and the ability to drive a new car every few years, while buying gives you full ownership and long-term savings. With fluctuating car prices, interest rates, and advancements in technology, understanding the true cost of each option is more important than ever. Subscribe to Finance Family for smart financial insights. Both options have pros and cons, and the right choice depends on your financial situation and lifestyle. To make an informed decision, let's break down the key differences between leasing and buying. 1. Understanding the basics: lease versus buy. Before diving into the costs, it is important to understand the fundamental differences between leasing and buying. Leasing means you are essentially renting a car for a set period, usually between 2 to 4 years. You make monthly payments, but never own the vehicle unless you decide to purchase it at the end of the lease. Buying means you pay for the car either in full or through a loan. Once the loan is paid off, the vehicle is yours to keep, with no further monthly payments. While leasing appears cheaper due to lower monthly costs, buying helps build equity and eliminates car payments over time, making it the better long-term financial choice for many people. 2. Upfront costs, which is more affordable. One of the biggest deciding factors is how much money is required upfront. Leasing usually requires a smaller down payment, or even no down payment at all. However, you will likely need to cover the first month's payment, registration fees, and a possible security deposit. This makes leasing attractive for those who do not have a lot of cash saved. Buying typically requires a larger upfront payment. If you are financing, lenders usually require a 10 to 20% down payment. For example, a $40,000 car might require a $4,000 to $8,000 down payment. Which is better? Leasing is ideal if you want to spend less upfront, but buying allows you to start building ownership immediately, making it the better long-term choice if you can afford the down payment. 3. Monthly payments. Lower is not always better. One of the most attractive aspects of leasing is the lower monthly payment. But does it truly save money? Leasing offers lower monthly payments, often 30 to 60% less than financing. However, this is because you are paying to use the car, not to own it. At the end of the lease, you either return the car or buy it at a predetermined price. Buying comes with higher monthly payments, but once the loan is paid off, you own the car outright with no further monthly costs. Example. Scenario. Leasing a car for $450 a month for 3 years means you pay $16,200, but own nothing at the end. Financing the same car with a $700 per month loan for 5 years means you pay more per month, but after 5 years, you own the car with no further payments. Which is better? Leasing is better if you need lower monthly costs, but buying saves more in the long run since you eventually eliminate car payments entirely. 4. Long-term costs. The hidden price of leasing. At first glance, leasing may seem like the cheaper option, but over time, the costs add up significantly. Example. Scenario over 10 years. Leasing a car every 3 years at $450 a month means you spend $54,000 over 10 years and still own nothing. Buying a car with a 5-year loan at $700 a month means you spend $42,000, but own a car that still has resale value and can be used without monthly payments for years. If you enjoy driving a new car every few years, leasing might be a good option. However, if you want to eliminate car payments and build long-term wealth, buying is the smarter choice. 5. Depreciation and resale value. A common argument against buying is depreciation, which reduces the value of your car over time. However, depreciation impacts leasing and buying differently. Leasing means you do not have to worry about depreciation, since you return the car at the end of the lease. However, this also means you never build any equity in the vehicle. Buying means the car will lose value, but you can resell or trade it in, recouping some of the cost. Example. Depreciation in 2025. A $40,000 car might be worth $20,000 after 5 years. If you own it, you can sell it and use that money for your next vehicle. With leasing, you return the car with no financial return. Which is better? If you keep a car for several years, buying allows you to recoup some of your investment. If you prefer switching cars frequently, leasing may be the better option. 6. Mileage limits and additional fees. One of the biggest downsides of leasing is the mileage restriction. Most leases come with a limit of 10,000 to 15,000 miles per year, and exceeding this limit results in hefty fees, often 15 to 30 cents per extra mile. For example, if you lease a car with a 12,000-mile limit, but end up driving 15,000 miles per year, that's 3,000 extra miles annually. Over a 3-year lease, that adds up to 9,000 extra miles, which could cost you anywhere from $1,350 to $2,700 in penalties. When you buy a car, you can drive as much as you want without worrying about mileage fees. If you have a long commute or enjoy road trips, buying is often the better financial choice. 7. Maintenance and repair costs. A leased car is typically under the manufacturer's warranty, meaning most repairs are covered. However, you still have to pay for routine maintenance, such as oil changes, tire rotations, and brake replacements. Some leases even require that all maintenance is done at a dealership, which can be more expensive than an independent mechanic. When you own a car, you are responsible for all repairs, but once it's paid off, the savings from not having a car payment can be used to cover maintenance costs. Additionally, buying a reliable car and keeping up with regular maintenance can help avoid major repair expenses. Which is better? If you want to avoid unexpected repair costs, leasing offers some peace of mind. However, buying allows you to maintain your car on your own terms and eventually eliminate monthly payments. 8. Insurance costs. Differences between leasing and buying. Insurance costs differ, depending on whether you lease or buy. Leasing requires higher insurance coverage, as lenders often mandate gap insurance to cover any difference between the car's value and what you owe if it is totaled. This increases your insurance premium. Buying gives you more flexibility. You can choose coverage based on your needs and can drop comprehensive and collision coverage once the car is paid off to lower your insurance costs. For example, a leased car might require an insurance premium of $150 per month, while an owned car with adjusted coverage could cost $100 per month or less. If you are looking to keep insurance costs low, buying gives you more control over expenses. 9. Long-term financial impact. Wealth building versus recurring payments. Leasing locks you into perpetual monthly payments. Every few years you return the car and start a new lease, keeping you in a cycle of never-ending payments. Buying allows you to build wealth because once the car is paid off, you own an asset. Even though cars depreciate, having zero car payments frees up money that can be invested elsewhere. For example, if you avoid leasing for 10 years and instead buy a car outright, the money you would have spent on lease payments could be invested. If you invested $450 per month instead of leasing, you could have over $70,000 after a decade, assuming a 7% return. If your goal is long-term financial stability, buying is clearly the smarter choice. 10. Making the right choice for your lifestyle. Ultimately, the best option depends on your financial goals and driving habits. Leasing is better if you like driving a new car every few years, prefer lower monthly payments, and do not drive excessive miles. Buying is better if you want to build long-term wealth, avoid mileage restrictions, and eventually own a car with no payments. If you value financial freedom and want to keep more money in your pocket, buying is the better choice in the long run. However, if you prefer the convenience of always having a new car, leasing may be worth considering. If you found this video helpful, like, share, and comment below with your thoughts.